What's going on, everybody? It is I, Jacob Moore, the critically acclaimed, self-proclaimed, all the proclaiming sports analyst.
He's the critically acclaimed, and I'm the oh, never mind. I was going to say critically complaining all the time.
I was going to say I'm the critically insane.
Well, and I'm going to my comment right away. I'm going off because
okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
This has been an absolute shock of what's been going on in the coaching carousel that is the Canadian Football League to not even start the off season. We're still in playoff mode. But as a reminder here at the desk, friendly reminder, keep the conversation respectful. We welcome all opinion, but there's zero room for hate speech, personal attacks, or disrespect towards teams, players, or each other. Let's talk football the right way, the Analyst Desk style. So, obviously, the big news in football right now in the CFL is Ryan Dinwiddie is no longer the coach of the Toronto Argonauts.
What?
He went to Ottawa.
Huh?
And
well, hold on, Jacob. Hold on. One second. I just got. I'm having a bit of call. I'm gonna hold on. I think I missed it. Can you? What did you say? I'm sorry.
You heard me right. Ryan Dinwiddie was not fired. He basically quit and has gone to the Ottawa Redblacks. And the reason why I say quit is because Ottawa asked permission, and he has absolutely, Alex, dropped the bomb on him.
Okay, so I'll be honest. When I'm sitting there watching. That's not true. I was working. I was driving with Uber, and I'm with a passenger, and all I see is the score pop up. And I see Ryan Dinwiddie joins the Argos, and I was like, a lady. I almost got in an accident. I'm like, okay, is there another Ryan Dinwiddie? Like, is there two of them? Is this an ulterior brother of his? Is this like a different person? I was like, what is going on? There's no way that's the same guy. And then they're like, yeah, it's the same guy. I'm like, no way. I put it right in our Facebook group. I'm like, that's crazy. I was like, that is crazy.
In the group chat.
And
guys, I want to say what's even more shocking. First of all, I wasn't totally surprised about Ottawa reaching out to Ryan Dinwiddie. I wasn't totally shocked on Ryan Dinwiddie taking the job because he has said he wants to be a GM and a coach. What I was shocked about was Ryan Dinwiddie didn't even go back to the Argos to see if they'd match the offer. He just left.
That's disrespectful.
And then he went on in his media availability today, basically saying he thinks it's going to be easier to be the GM and coach of the Redblacks than what it was just to be the coach in Toronto, because he also said he basically felt like he was the GM sometimes anyways in Toronto.
Ouch.
Well, not only that. Pinball. So I don't know if Jacob, do you have a rate you want to go off on, or do you want me to take the floor?
Look, it's just one of those things where, I don't know if this is Ryan Dinwiddie's intention or not, but right now, to me, he just looks like a quitter. As soon as he hit a speed bump in Toronto, okay, bye, where's my Ottawa hat?
It's a little more a speed bump.
Dan, it's a speed bump. It was he's had 4 years of being arguably the best team in the East, pretty consistently, to having one bad year to running away. And maybe it is just he wants the GM position as well. And when I say this, I have no ill will towards Ryan Dinwiddie. People sending him death threats on Twitter need to get a life. But at the end of the day, it does look like it just really does send a message: when the going gets tough, I get going.
I would
say that, Dan. What do you mean you wouldn't say that? He had successful season, failure, bye.
I'm not upset that he left. I'm upset for the reasoning. The fact that he said he felt like he was the GM half the time, and the fact he said it was easier to be both and to be the coach here, that's a real slap in your face. I'm sorry, Mr. Dinwiddie, but you would not exist if the Argos didn't give you a chance in the first place. Just straight up, okay? Argos gave him a chance as a head coach, and with that chance, he got 2 Grey Cups in a 16-2 season. I mean, if we didn't give him that chance, he wouldn't be here, number one. Number two, to disrespect the most influential guy in CFL history is a joke, okay? I mean, let's be honest, there's no CFL without Pinball Clemens. He's that important to the league. And it's like, for him to say that stuff, like, I'm not saying sending death threats this way. Come on, people. Don't send death threats, please. But I don't blame people for being angry and upset because, like, this guy has his whole career to thank the Argos because without the Argos, he was some first-string quarterback and no one cared about.
Well, he was a coach in Calgary before. You have to remember that.
No one cares.
Yes, they do care. And he's also going to be the offensive coordinator in Ottawa as well. But just to read you some quotes from the interview. Obviously, in Toronto, there's a lot more I had to do outside of being a coach, scheduling all the things, and a lot that's already been in place. It's going to be an easy transition. It's probably going to take a little bit off my plate, to be honest with you, at that point. And he also, he did go on to say as well, he had some chats at Pinball and he knew that's where he wanted to end up as a coach / GM. But if you go to around the 20-minute point of that press conference, he did mention how he felt he was doing some of the GM's role already in Toronto. And that was the comment for me that kind of struck a chord, just because I think that Ryan Dinwiddie got his shot as the head coach in Toronto. And say what you want, whether you like what he's doing now or not, he did bring a lot of success to Toronto.
100% did.
And now Ottawa, I think Ottawa's went out and said to their fans, we know we need to be better.
Yeah.
It's interesting, too, and I don't know if you guys are surprised at this. By the way they were talking in the press conference, it sounds like they're sticking with Drew Brown.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not surprised. He's good enough. Like, here's the thing with Drew Brown, right? Like, he hasn't found the success, but the numbers are there. The numbers are there. True. The guy can go throw 400 passing yards and have an explosive. There are numbers to show that he can do it. And
I'm surprised that they stuck with Drew Brown.
I'm not at all.
It's like they've gone backwards. Like they're actually a really good team, like beforehand, and now it's like, they're just terrible. Like, I don't get it.
But
it's one of those situations in Ottawa that I think they desperately needed change. I'm not even saying going to get Ryan Dinwiddie isn't a good change. Ryan Dinwiddie was the best coach that wasn't available.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Dan, we can hear you.
Awesome.
But
do I sound better now?
Yeah, sorry about technical difficulties there. Dan was using his webcam microphone. That's why he was sounding a little like he was going to eat your face. But look, at the end of the day, I can't
hear anyone now.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Hello, Lane. We'll have to see what's going on in Toronto and what's going on in Ottawa. But I'm just not sure how this will work out in Toronto. And now Toronto, they are in a bit of a scramble because they thought they had Ryan Dinwiddie for another year. And now they have to find another coach. So the $1 million question, and Lane, I think Lane's left to apply for the head coaching job of the Toronto Argonauts. But Dan, when you're looking at the new open position in Toronto, hello, Dan.
Hi.
Who are you looking at to potentially fill that role? Because I'm curious what
you're going to say. Not potentially. It's one person and one person only. This is a very easy, simple question.
Dan, you broke my StreamYard. You broke my StreamYard.
Lane, are you getting your application ready for the Argo head coach job?
Yeah, bro. Let's go.
Mike Osei. That's the one person that should get this job.
That's a good call.
Will get this job. 100% guarantee.
It's
if
not
the Argos do not get Mike Osei,
Nathan
does not hire
in Jacksonville. It's going to be Nathan Work's buddy in Jacksonville. From all the notes he took. Yes, coach. I have all the notes we took when I was my whole clipboard. I wrote down everything.
I'm telling you right now who I think they're going to bring in, and it's way off the board. Because when you look at Third Down Nation put out, and I'm not criticizing Third Down Nation, great article on 14 candidates to be Toronto Argonauts.
14?
And I think it's going to be none of them.
I was really bored.
I am taking Rick Campbell, the special teams coordinator of the Ottawa Redblacks, who I think should have got this head coach job.
Why on earth will you do that?
Because number one, he's a good coach.
Oh my!
Number two, there's no guarantee.
Great coach, 4 wins.
Dan, he's their special teams
He got
coordinator.
less wins than I got fingers on my hands.
Dan, you only need one finger for me to feel about the way I feel about you cutting me off every 5 seconds. But Dan, you got to look. Rick Campbell, when he was a head coach in BC, had nothing but success with multiple different quarterbacks. He's an offensive genius. You need to bring someone in who can take over that, not just the head coach, but also the offensive coordinator. Where Mike O'Shea is the obvious choice, but he's not going to take over your offensive coordinator position either, because he coaches the defense normally. So that means you're potentially getting rid of your defensive coordinator, and now you're looking to bring someone new in for the offense. Yes, Dan is the cutoff king. I agree with you. But look, I'm really interested to see if Toronto does what people expect, which is either Mike O'Shea or Lane. You're gonna cringe when you hear this one.
What about the whoop whoop? That's us down the police. Whoop whoop.
Okay, maybe Paul LaPolice.
Well, that'd be cool.
But Lane, I was gonna say you're gonna cringe when you hear it's Steinhauer, who people are also thinking might get the job, the former Ticats head coach.
Oh, he sucks.
But I'm saying he's also in that mix as someone who could be potentially getting that role. I'm also hearing a lot of rumblings about Noel Thorpe, who is the defensive coordinator for the Montreal Alouettes. There are going to be some good ones available, but Mike O'Shea, I think, is the slam dunk. I just want to go off the board, and I'm saying Rick Campbell just because he is a very good coach, and I don't think he's going to be very happy that he was skipped over in Ottawa, or maybe even Kahari Jones. He's another one that no one's really talking about. But Kahari Jones did have some luck with Nick Arbuckle in the past. Because my big thing is now, does this mean that Toronto is moving on from Chad Kelly? Ryan Dinwiddie was the one who kept going on and on and on that he wanted Chad Kelly on this team. And now Ryan Dinwiddie's gone. Was that the big creative difference? This pinball, and I could be wrong, could be the other way around. I don't see Toronto having both Kelly and Arbuckle next season. I think they're going to pick one.
So honestly, I know I haven't said a lot about it. I think this speaks a lot because if you remember a little bit earlier in the season when the Argos really started it started looking bad, right? Mm-hmm. Who was the one who was out there and being like, God, man, we're not making the right decisions and everything sucks and the sky is falling and you suck and he sucks and he sucks. And
it
was the head coach, Ryan Dinwiddie, who was going out there to the press and saying the GM sucks, the players suck, everybody else sucks, I don't suck, but everything else does. And I think that was the moment, I think deep down he was like, if I don't get to be in charge, I'm like, peace out, A-Town down.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just have a feeling seeing how fast when he was offered that job, he was like, okay. It was more faster than asking Dan to come give me Gaviscon.
Yes.
I don't know. I look back at that moment after when I saw it, I'm like, okay, so basically he's the offensive coordinator. He's the head coach. He's the janitor. He's the GM. He's probably the water boy. He's probably going to be handing out French fries at the concession stand. So he's basically saying, if you want anything, I make all the decisions. Now, there was something interesting that he said in his press conference, and Jacob, maybe you can help me here, because I don't know if it's just different in the CFL. It just felt weird that this guy was preaching. He kept saying it's all about teamwork. It's all about teamwork. It's all about getting a team together. Mother trucker, you're the only one doing anything. How can there be a damn team if you're the OC, the head coach, the GM? How is there a team? There's no team. There's no
now, mind you, Lane, in the CFL.
That'd be like me saying, great podcast, Jacob and Dan. Go away so I can do the marketing, the GM. But we have a great podcast. The three of us really work. But I do everything. I say everything. I do everything. I go on Facebook. I go on Twitter. But we have a great
I just have to put a face.
So, Lane, the big thing for that isn't, Dan, no, you can't see your face very well. You didn't turn your damn light on again. But, Lane, the big thing for that is there is a salary cap for coaching in the CFL, which is insane. It's one of the dumbest. Out of all the rules they were changing this year, I don't know why that wasn't the rule that was changed.
Okay, but I get
so it is common for a team to use have a guy be a GM and coach. Dave Dickinson.
And an OC, though?
Yes.
All three things?
It's
GM, coach, and OC?
What I found odd was he kept talking about He
That's
kept
a lot of
talking about.
things, man.
I thought he was more taking shots at the quote unquote pretenders in Toronto, because you remember that was one of his tangents this year.
Excuse me.
And that's what I thought it was, more shots at that situation. But at the end of the day, Argo fans have to accept that that these things happen. It sucks. Let's just be honest. This has been a very, very rough month in Toronto. You're a Leaf fan, number one, so that's depressing.
Oh, at least they're doing good now.
And now the Raptors suck. And then the Jays get borderline screwed in the World Series. Then you get the Argos have one of their worst seasons since pre-pandemic. Then you lose your offensive wizard and Ryan Dinwiddie. There's been a lot, and I hate to say it, I think there are more dominoes falling in the Argos organization. Now, I think now that Dinwiddie's gone, I could see pinball clearing house in a lot of areas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think you could very well see, you know what, if you bring in, let's say Mike O'Shea becomes your head coach, you're not going to keep the rest of Ryan Dinwiddie's coaching staff. Mike O'Shea is going to want his guys. Another coach that I'm seeing getting mentioned quite a lot is Chris Jones.
No.
I wouldn't mind Chris Jones coming in to stabilize the defense. It means you got to hire an offensive coordinator.
Okay, I can see your point if you have Wick Campbell as offense coordinator and Chris Jones is a defense coordinator. Fine. But at the end of the day, Mike O'Shea has to be the head guy.
Not necessarily. It depends if he wants to come to Toronto.
What do you mean? Why is he old-time Argo?
That doesn't mean anything.
He's probably one of the very
Wayne Gretzky went to coach in Arizona. He didn't go to L.A. or Edmonton.
Because he owned the team. He's probably one of the very few players that's as legendary as our Argos pinball equipment. He's right up there.
Now, I'm going to say this here, too. If Mike O'Shea comes to Toronto, do we see a lot of Blue Bombers come to Toronto? Do we see Brady Oliveira come to Toronto?
Yeah.
I'm going to call this. Do you see Chad Kelly gone and Zach Collaros come to Toronto?
Well,
Zach Collaros started in Toronto.
Does he want to finish in Toronto? It's a possibility. The guy does live in Aurora year round.
He does.
I think there are major changes coming in Winnipeg as well, especially when Oliveira Blunt basically said that he doesn't want to come back.
Yeah.
Did he actually say that?
Discounts.
Pretty much, yeah.
He said that he has to look at other teams as much as he loves playing in Winnipeg. He's got to talk to his manager and maybe not do hometown discounts.
Yeah, means I'm gone.
Yeah. So I think he's gone, right? So, but an interesting one, though, that no one is really talking about is Mike Miller. So he was the Argos quarterback coach when Kelly had the MOP year.
Right.
And the year they won the Grey Cup before that.
Right.
Do you bring him in to be the head coach / OC? He's the head. He is the, he's been their quarterback coach now. And look, he also helped Nick Arbuckle have a career year. Do you just promote within? That is the other option. You don't always have to run away.
You gotta get O'Shea, dude.
You can bring in someone. But the thing is, O'Shea has not re-signed in Winnipeg yet, but he also hasn't came out and said he's not re-signing in Winnipeg. I just don't want to. I think the Argos need to make this decision and make it soon.
Yeah.
And that might sound weird, but your off season starts now, and now you're behind because you don't have a coach.
Correct.
Or I'm just going to throw this out here, and this is why I said Jacob's going off today. Is Pinball Clemens just going to become the coach?
Again?
He was the coach before.
Yeah, long time ago.
He used to coach.
20 years
He just
ago.
coached his team for a year to try to see what they have and to try to fix the disaster of what this season was. If you guys remember, I said it partway through the year, do they fire Ryan Dinwiddie and does Pinball take over to see what he's got?
Well, I did
have a question. I don't know. Do you think there was like a really big, because the thing again, what I don't get is, and maybe Jacob, you can clear this up for me. My interpretation of permission is you give him permission to talk. Yeah, sure. I give you permission to go talk to someone, but that doesn't mean I give you permission to just go sign a contract. I don't know how that works because maybe you can explain that to me.
You can do that because it's considered a promotion.
But are you not supposed to go, if you're still employed with the same team, are you supposed to go back and well, here's what they're offering me? At least,
I mean,
that's
common
respect?
Ethically, out of respect, you should do, but there's no requirement to do it, no.
That's crazy. I don't know. I just tell you, I just have a feeling after hearing everything we heard in that offseason, everything he said, the words he said, the way he acted in the season, the way he went out to the press. I think there was a communication between Pinball and Ryan Dinwiddie. I really do think that there was something going on there. Ryan Dinwiddie wanted it his way. Pinball wanted it his way. Ryan Dinwiddie didn't get his way. And the second he got a little bit of power, you know what he did? He literally pulled the Kyle Dubas. 100% that's what he did. He wasn't getting what he wanted. He went to MLS. He was like, I want this. And they're like, no, we believe in pinball because pinball's brought the culture. He's brought the championships. We're going with pinball. And he was like, okay, the second I get the better offer, I'm not going to care about your ethics and peace out. And I think that's it's a Kyle Dubas move.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, I gotta apologize to Lane because I'll be honest, when Lane called out Ryan Dinwiddie, I think in week 4 or week 5, I thought you were crazy, Lane. I really did. When you called him out saying, oh, he's going to go in media and call the players pretenders in the media, I thought you were nuts to saying all that, but I think you were dead on this whole time, Mr. Lane. And I think this is why this happened.
I'm always dead on.
Well, and what's interesting too, and
maybe I have Argo blinders on.
I want to read you guys a quote from Mike O'Shea, and I think this is partially why some people think he's leaving Winnipeg. And this was about the offense not clicking. I think I obviously could have been a better support. I think obviously I could have been a better support system in the offense. I'm not going to design plays, but I think I could have been better with the team and helped out a little more. He told the media this was on Monday. It's like, do I pop in the meetings through training camp when they're short staff? Do we find a guy to come help? All sorts of thoughts go through the season. And I look back and go, I probably could have responded differently. But I wonder here, when he's saying that and kind of calling out the offense for struggling, is he saying that he maybe should have forced his way into those meetings? Because it doesn't sound like he was invited by the way he's talking.
That's crazy.
Right.
So maybe Mike O'Shea, who it's been rumored wants to come back to Ontario, Pinball and Mike O'Shea apparently still talk quite often.
Oh, of course.
Maybe that's where you see him go. There's also Jarius Jackson, who's another guy who is Edmonton's interim head coach, who actually was able to get a lot out of Trey Ford last season. Maybe he's your guy in Toronto. But all I mean is I think Toronto, Winnipeg, and Ottawa are going to see drastic changes. The bigger surprises for me is I understand why Ottawa wants to make drastic changes, because besides of one season, they've been bad. Toronto and Winnipeg, besides of one season, they've been dominant.
Right.
So it's a very different scenario.
Well, I gotta give credit to Lane again, and I think you said it too, Jacob, but you guys both said with Dinwiddie, as soon as he hit a speed bump, he was done. And that's not a good leader, right? I mean,
it gives off quitter vibes. I think Jacob hit that on the. It just gives off like
it does.
It gives off like
it does.
You want someone who's a winner, and that doesn't give off winner vibes.
No, it doesn't. Pinball's a winner.
Maybe he did go just because it's the job he's always wanted, but the timing is sus. Other news in the CFL, though.
I'm sure Pinball's creative enough. If Dinwiddie went to Pinball, he could have worked something out. It's like, hey, but if you want, don't forget, why Dinwiddie has zero experience of a GM. So if I'm Pinball, and if I have this, let's say, a franchise coach wanting to move up his career, I totally get that. So I would say, hey, Mr. Dinwiddie, how would you like to be my assistant as well as a coach?
But I think that's the problem, Dan.
Bobby?
I don't think that's what he wants.
I think that's why he took it, is because he wants to make, like, he feels like if you're on the team and you fumble the ball one time, you're gone. Like, I think he seems like that kind of guy, like a one mistake kind of guy, because he called out guys that he wanted gone after like one bad game. He's like, oh, if you're not trying, see you later, buddy. I think he's a little emotional, and I think he wants it his way, like his way or the highway. If there's a guy who's not giving it 100%, he's not going to want that guy on the team. And I think that's what really caused the issues this season, and we saw it kind of play out in real time, and that's why the minute he got the offer, he was like, I'm out of here, because now he gets to make that decision. If there's some guy on the offensive line that, shows up 2 minutes late to practice and looks like he's slouching around.
Practice.
I'm just saying, like that's what he was saying, right? He's gonna trade everyone, fire everyone. He gets to make those decisions now. No one's standing in his way anymore.
True. I mean, I don't know.
Pinball stood in his way.
I just think, in theory, right, that's a big adjustment going from a coach to a GM, and to do it both at the same time. I mean, wouldn't you want like kind of like a mentor to teach you the ropes a little bit? You know, he could have done 1 year.
The thing is, though, he has that because Sean Burke's going to be his boss and Sean Burke's GM. However, Sean Burke did say all roster decisions, Ryan Dinwiddie makes the final call. Which
But is Sean Burke leaving Ottawa?
No, he's now the president.
So who was the president before?
Jim Pickens. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
You should know who I'm talking about there, Dan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm just like.
But what I'm saying is, I think at the end of the day here, I think we're going to see massive changes coming between Toronto, Ottawa, and Winnipeg. Like Ryan Dinwiddie said,
the whole league, basically.
Drew Brown. Does that not mean anyways that he may change his mind and maybe he calls Toronto and say, what is it going to take for you to trade me Chad Kelly? I don't know.
Some people mentioned
you. If Mike O'Shea comes to Toronto, Chad Kelly will not be there.
Oh, there's the other thing we're forgetting about. Does Ryan Dinwiddie go off the chart and get Nick Arbuckle? Because Dinwiddie and Arbuckle got along pretty well too.
Well, I don't know what he said, but some people said he took a subtle hint at wanting Chad Kelly. Like he said something in his press conference that was like a very, very subtle hint that like he really wants Chad Kelly to come follow him to Ottawa.
I didn't really hear anything like that, but I'm not saying it's.
People said there was like a one line that didn't answer in a question. I forget what they said it was, but they were like, "Oh, that's like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge sort of situation."
It's just like the reason why, though, I really think it could be Mike O'Shea, and I know we haven't done the Bombers, the good, the bad, and the dumb episode yet, but these are just the wide receivers alone that could be leaving Winnipeg.
Yeah, cool.
Like, and you have your top 4 receivers on that list.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of players.
Nick Dembski, imagine he goes to Ottawa.
And Nick Dembski has said he does not want to stay in Winnipeg if Zach Claros isn't there.
What makes sense?
You think Zach Claros is retiring?
I don't think he is. No, after the way he finished that game off, I actually think, and after hearing his press conference, I think he's coming back.
Yeah, I agree.
But what I mean is, can you imagine if next year Winnipeg doesn't have Nick Dembski, Dylan Mitchell, Dalton Schoen, or Eric Wheatfall?
Yeah.
And I know Dalton Schoen was injured most of the year, but I'm looking at that and I'm like, maybe this is where we're seeing, and oh my gosh, the defensive backs, like offensive linemen. You have Stanley Bryan, who's been your best offensive lineman during this dynasty run. Defensive line, you have Willie Jefferson.
I was going to say, what happens to Willie Jefferson?
You defensive backs, you have Jamal Parker, Dedrick Nichols, Evan Holm. Like, there's so many big pieces for the Blue Bombers that are potentially gone. Brady Oliveira, he might not be back. Chris Strevler might be retiring.
Yeah.
Like, you look at this team, everyone says that Chris Strevler wants to be a coach one day. Maybe they promote within and make Chris Strevler an assistant and move on from Mike O'Shea. Mike O'Shea said on November 3rd he was expecting contract negotiations to start soon in Toronto. But that was before this Ryan Dinwiddie situation.
Right.
It's a very interesting time right now to be a CFL fan because there are so many different moves going on. Like, look in Edmonton, for example. Mark Killam could have just went, screw this, I'm out. This team's terrible. But he didn't. No. They've now re-signed Julian Grant to another 1-year extension, which I think that means they also are going to re-sign Cody Fajardo to another 1-year extension.
He played the most.
Giving it another go. I really don't. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth for Ryan Dinwiddie that when the going got tough, the tough got going.
He was just like, yeah see ya.
And again, maybe that's not the reason.
But it looks like it.
Well, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway.
Unhinged Dan.
When Ryan Dimwitty started as an Argo. I didn't like him for whatever reason. My gut said, "Oh, I don't trust this guy," but I had no reason to back that up. It was just a gut instinct. And then he won the Grey Cup. So I'm like, okay, this guy's really cool. And everyone's nice when they're winning, right? You see people's true colors come out when they're not winning in life.
Yep.
And as soon as it's like what Jacob said, as soon as he hit a speed bump, he was done. And do it like it or lump it. We all hit speed bumps. But
I've been hitting speed bump. I've been hitting speed bump for 2 years now.
Right, but at the same time, when you hit the speed bump, that's when opportunities and great things happen. If it wasn't for Lane's speed bump and my speed bump, we might not even be here.
Where's it?
He wants us to put some. How about Key? Just some.
I'm trying. Is it working? I don't see the fire.
Yeah, I don't know if Fajardo hasn't signed in Edmonton yet, but I think he's going to. And Key, just so you bring up to speed here, thank you for joining the comment section. And also, too, quick shout out to Buchanan for sending us the good old heart in the interaction. Certainly helps.
Buchanan's still on?
I mean, I guess so.
Oh, cool. I didn't see it.
Dan's very excited when Josh Buchanan is there.
The best real estate in the Simcoe County, Muskoka area by far. But he can travel. He does have wheels.
But I'm looking, we're basically talking, for anyone who's joining in now, about the situation with Ryan Dimwitty, who is now the head coach of the Ottawa Redblacks. And how does this change Toronto and Ottawa? And we're throwing Winnipeg in that mix because if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would be placing bets on Mike O'Shea coming to coach the Toronto Argonauts.
And the thing is, I don't know, Jacob, you would know better than me. Does this usually happen this early? That season not even over.
Is odd.
Yeah.
I was
this is odd.
Very odd.
I was like, okay, bro, we're in the second round of the playoffs, cuh.
Yeah, playoffs.
Yeah, cuz.
Season not even over yet. He was like, is it too late now to say sorry? Because I'm going to Ottawa.
Now, interesting enough, though, did you hear Ryan Dimwitty said that they're also moving to Ottawa full time?
Yeah, so it's a swing.
He seems very committed.
Yeah, he must have saw a house he liked that there was ooh, Ottawa.
And it's just what really interested me was when Dave Naylor tweeted out, to my understanding, the Argonauts were expecting to have a chance to match or counter what Ottawa offered Ryan Dimwitty in the role. However, he accepted the opportunity without circling back to the Argos, and it was done.
Because I think, again, I'm going to say this 100%, he knew he wasn't going to get it. He pulled a Kyle Dubas.
Yeah.
1,000%. This is exactly what Kyle Dubas, I remember, if you guys remember, when he pulled this little stunt, he went out there on his press conference and he cried like a little 7-year-old child. It was like, I tried to make changes and I tried to do this and I just want to make changes and I want my son to be proud of me when I wake up in the morning. He did this big cry sing speech song. I don't want to leave Toronto, but I just want my son to love me again. And then
I was watching an episode of The Voice.
And then
Lane, Adam is very impressed with your singing. So
you should check out my singing on YouTube. I have a bunch of covers on YouTube. Go check them out. Yeah, no, it's just weird. It just gave me those same vibes of someone crying and complaining, and then they use that as leverage to get a better job. And the second they get it, they're out the door.
Well, I'm going to say it too. You know what? People called me out in the comments, and I said there's no way Ryan Dimwitty is not going to be the head coach of the Argos next year, including, Lane, yourself, and Alex in the comment section. I remember when we did our Argo debrief show, said the first one that goes to coach.
Oh, that's why he did. Yes.
And look, at the end of the day, maybe this will, as much as it's a shock, this might end up being a good thing for Toronto. Because I think we can all agree that this season was a disaster.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It didn't work.
And I will even say this, too. I don't think Winnipeg is very happy with their season either. They were hosting the Grey Cup this year. The Grey Cup is sold out, so they will sell out every single football game in Winnipeg this year.
Yeah.
And the team couldn't get there.
I mean, I don't think Ottawa's happy with their season as well.
Ottawa, I think Ottawa is
backwards.
furious with their season. And the thing is, Ottawa's always had really good attendance in Ottawa. And they said fans were straight up saying they weren't going to renew their season tickets unless something was done.
Oh,
well, something got done, all right.
So Dan,
yes.
I want you to remember this, but I want a video next season of when you're at the Argos BMO Field and our Redblacks coming to town. I need a video of you going, we don't need you.
Yeah. We don't need you.
Every time like they make an offensive play, you got to be like, we don't need you.
I like it.
Because that totally didn't backfire for the Blue Jays.
Well, it's not the thing is though, Ohtani certainly didn't steal that series by any means. He didn't even get the MOP. I'm still thinking football. MVP. It ended up going to Mr. Yamamoto. But
I think he deserved it too.
Oh, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm curious what you guys think in the comment section too. Are we shocked about Ryan Dinwiddie heading over to Ottawa?
1,000%.
Or do we think that Toronto? How quickly do you guys think Toronto needs to make a decision on this with a head coach? Do you like me and think it needs to be done within the next couple weeks at the latest?
Or do you think on their desk? It sounds like someone's tapping. I hear someone's tapping or something. But no, I think you wait because you know what? You're not. Nothing's going to happen tomorrow that's going to change anything, right? Like there's always going to be coaches available. We don't know who's been fired. We don't know who's sticking around, who's going, who's staying, who's what now. So I think you just waited. It sucks what happened to you. You kind of lost your guy. He didn't really give you a chance. He kind of blindsided you. But you have a lot of time. It's still only like November. You got a lot of time to figure this out. You have it. You guys always talk about how good this like core system is here in Toronto. How it really has changed from being kind of like you guys were kind of laughing, maybe not the laughing stock, but it was dark days in Argo Lane and it used to be, and now it's pretty good. Like you guys have a good, you guys have a pretty good belief system, a core value. You got a lot of winning pedigree. You have a lot of the core values still there in that franchise that frankly a lot of the MLC teams don't have. So, I think that because you already have a good foundation, you still got good players. You still got, you still got to re-sign players, hire players. I think you want at least someone who's there to kind of at least get their input on who they want to keep. So I do think that's important to get done before free agency. But I don't think you have to do it like tomorrow.
No, I'm not saying maybe tomorrow. And go to the comment section here from Adam. Dismissed and flabbergasted. I love the word flabbergasted. They will take their time and get the right person. My worry is though, I want it done. I would say no later than around Christmas.
Can I have a statement?
Absolutely, you can, Dan. The floor of StreamYard is yours.
Ooh, thank you. So I'm kind of in the middle between Lane and literally I'm in the middle between Lane and Shakeup. Yeah, I'm the queen to the oil, bro. Take that as you will. But anyway,
I don't know about that.
Here's what I think. I agree with Jacob that they can't leave us hanging all off season because it's important to know not just your head coach, but it's important to know who your whole coaching staff is. And we're not going to keep whether the guys deserve it or not. We're not going to keep Dinwiddie's team. Well, after he left, right? I'm just gonna call him Dimwit because I used to call him Dimwit. So anyway, I probably didn't say it's probably shouldn't say that. But anyway, we're not gonna keep his team.
Not more like Losey, not Dinwiddie, because he didn't win anything this year.
That's a good one too. But it's like we're not gonna keep him, right? So it's like I think even before you go into the draft, because don't forget, in the mix of all this stuff. The Argos have the second overall pick. You can get a really good rookie to make your lineup in 2026 with that pick. So it's an important pick. And you want to get the correct rookie. You want to sign the correct free agents. You want to start off the right training camp. And you want all this done with not just your head coach, but your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator in place, ready to go. So I would say let's wait until the Grey Cup's done. But by around, I would say early December, you have to have a coach, not just a coach, but a team in place.
When is the draft? When is it like all the When does it all start? Like I'm kind of new to
Free
this whole
agency
thing.
starts in February, but there's also the tampering window, which is a week before free agency starts.
Yes.
Well, there's tampering in the CFL too.
Yeah, but they're just open about it.
Okay.
I might sound weird, but
Honestly, I'd rather be home. Honestly, okay, I got to gas her ass. I know it's not CFL. I got to gas her ass.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm getting there. I was on a different screen. Ah! Or is it ass?
Okay, gas her ass because since Jacob just brought this up, should the other leagues, I don't care, MLB, NHL, NBA, NFL, lacrosse, should we just openly admit, okay, once the season's done, you can talk to whoever you want to talk to instead of us having this whole, or is it tampering? Is it not tampering? Is it's going to happen whether you like it or you don't like it? And, it's funny. I remember when I was a kid, the NHL used to have that week. They literally had the same thing. There was a week where you could literally go up there, talk to the players, and then that first day of fringe, you would sit at home, you turn it on your TV, like, oh, it's July 1st. Ting, and it'd be like signing after signing after signing after boom after signing after signing. And now it's just like, we signed one free agent because we can't talk to anyone, even though they've been talking to somebody for 5 days. We got to pretend that we haven't been having conversation. And then like 6 hours later, someone else might sign. And then 4 days from now, Steven Stamp. Like, I don't know. I think it's more exciting when we have that window. If we just have a window and acknowledge that people are going to go talk to their friend and be like, so what's it like to play disc golf in Minnesota from this time of the year? I don't know. It's so dumb that I understand why they have it because of contracts and negotiations and like loopholes. But at the same time, it's so dumb because we know every player does. We know Mitch Marner was talking to Vegas in September when Ryan Reeves said, hey, you know what's a cool place? Vegas. That's that they have casinos there. Like, come on, let's stop dancing around this crap and let's just acknowledge. Let's just let the players talk to whoever they want to go, and when they want to sign somewhere, let them go.
I actually agree with you. I'm going to say half and half. I agree with you at a certain point, Lane. I think the entertainment factor of free agent frenzy has gone in the last couple of years. I mean, so I think you need to bring that entertainment value back. I think it's a great way to do it. However, a lot of athletes do not want to negotiate contracts during the season. So I think it is
okay, but they don't have to.
But
right, but I'm saying I think you should give them some time beforehand to negotiate contracts. So let's say the playoffs end in June, right? And then free agent frenzy is July 1st. I would say the last week of June can be a tampering week.
No, I think it should. I think once this season is over, once the championship of whatever you have is handed out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And you have a free agent that has no contract. I think they should just be allowed to go have meetings with whatever team, any player, anything. Doesn't mean they don't have to leave. I'm just saying, let these players go talk to their friends, go talk to coaches, let them go to cities. Just let them do it.
Give them a hat.
Because who cares? They're doing it anyways, and then they're complaining about it 3 weeks saying, hey, you talk to our player. You're not supposed to do that. They're doing it anyways.
Quickly,
just let them do it.
Quickly to the interactions. Tina, thank you very much for sending us the like. We always appreciate it. But I like the way the CFL does it where there's that window, right? The free agency starts on this day, and there's that window of a week where you can go and tamper, if you will. It's that tampering window that gives you the opportunity. But I don't think necessarily, because I think the team that has their rights should have the best chance of being able to re-sign that player.
That's
and if
what
you
I'm
just
saying.
make it where they can talk free willy, then all of a sudden...
That's not true. I don't even remember. If you actually remember, back when not the Steven Stamkos, but the original Stamkos contract, they literally said, hey, bro, this is our offer. We're offering you this. And if you want to go, I don't care who you talk to. Go talk to Toronto. Go talk to Montreal. Go talk to LA. You can go. Go do your little flights. Go talk to whoever you want to. We're offering you this. And if you want to win a Stanley Cup, you'll stay where you'll keep your butt seated here. And he did go. He went to Toronto. He went to Montreal. He went to Florida. He went to all these teams and had all these meetings and talked to all these players. And you know what he did? He ended up coming home because he knew that was the team to stay on. So just because you can go talk to people doesn't mean you're necessarily going to leave.
Anyway.
If you have a good core value and a good team, you shouldn't be afraid because you're like, if you leave, that's your loss, buddy.
I agree with you to a point, but I just think the team should have the best opportunity to re-sign the player. But as you're saying, and like what Adam is saying here in the comments, might as well admit that all teams are tampering. Look at the Marner situation.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things that we're just going to say if we can't stop it? And I'm just going to call it out here.
You can't beat it,
kind of what Canada did with marijuana. They couldn't stop people from smoking dope, so they just made it legal. Do we just do that with tampering?
Yes.
Now, mind you, I do want to make it clear. Let me be clear that what the Ottawa Redblacks did with Ryan Dinwiddie was not tampering.
You don't know that.
I do know
I think
that.
it was.
I think it was too.
I think it was
too. I think it was too.
I don't think it was because they asked Toronto for permission. Toronto said yes.
Yeah, but they knew why. Jacob, come on. It was so fast.
Well, yeah, he's Vin Diesel.
You don't think
Andy's furious.
You don't think they were like? You don't think they were like maybe like 3 weeks ago being like, you know what's really good? The coffee is really good in Ottawa. We have really, really, really good coffee here. You would very much like the coffee here. And we have a realtor who's willing to give you some coffee if you buy this house here. And he's like, oh, coffee.
The glass is really greener on the other side.
Look at our pillows in Ottawa. We have nice pillows.
I get what you guys are saying. I just think it's tough. I think it's just a very, very.
I'll call it. I think his tampering started mid-season. I think that's why Dinwiddie was as crazy as he was to the media.
I hate to say it.
You were right.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah. I think it's already happened. As we found out with Mitch Marner, this already happened with Ryan Leaves and Max Pacioretty telling Mitch Marner if they went on that Western Road Spring in the beginning of the season. Oh, wow, Vegas is a really nice town. Check out this place.
See, the problem is Jacob's really
I think this could have happened.
The problem is Jacob's really nice. Jacob is an amazing, kind, sweet person that I know, and he would never do anything wrong, so he doesn't want to believe that other people do anything wrong. Jacob would not even jaywalk. I know Jacob would never even jaywalk, ever, in his life.
Jaywalking is very dangerous.
I've done it.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I know we all want to believe in the innocence of people. I get that, but I'm kind of with Dan. Like, I think this is happening a lot more than we're thinking it is. And the fact that like he was crying about being a GM and having that role, they could have been in his ear right then and been like,
absolutely, it's possible.
Maybe this is why Ottawa had such a bad season.
It ain't possible.
Maybe this is why Ottawa had such a bad season. Maybe this is why Bob Dice lost the dressing room. Maybe the Ottawa players already knew this was happening. Maybe the Argo players already knew this was happening. Maybe this is why Argos had such a bad season. Like, we don't really know. Like, as much as we try to on the decks here, we're not on the wall of the dressing room.
He wants to cry.
We would love
I think
to
we
be the
broke
bug on the wall, but we're not.
We broke Jacob. He's going to start crying in a minute.
Cry me a river.
Maybe that's why Winnipeg was so bad. Michael O'Shea's coming to Toronto anyway.
So does that mean because Michael Pinball Clemens and Mike O'Shea have coffee together in Muskoka, does that mean Toronto's tampering? Like, what do you call tampering?
Yeah, 100%.
No.
But the way
that's like saying if I work at Tim Hortons, I can't hang out with someone who works at Subway.
Because you're always going to ask.
Okay, Jacob. I'll give you this. I can't name names. Okay.
Riddle me this, mother trucker.
But I was in the car industry before. Okay.
Lottie frickin' da.
Okay. And did you know that my GM tried telling me I couldn't have friends that worked at other dealerships?
But that GM was an idiot.
For example, when I was with a certain company, I can't say who, I had to sign a contract, a clause saying I couldn't badmouth them. And I couldn't talk to competitors. Right?
Because, at the end of the day, we're all human and we get together. We're in it. When you're in, come on, Jacob, you know this. When you're in it, when you're in the same sort of field, whatever field it is, whether it's whatever, car salesman, lawn
No, I
grass,
get it. Like when I
snow
worked
repair.
up north, I'm not going to mention company names either, but companies tried to poach me.
Yeah, and you probably
But at
went
the
to.
end of the
And I bet
day,
you went
I
to
also
people
would
who were
have
like,
coffee
"What's it
with
like?"
someone from another media affiliate, and that didn't mean I was going to go work for them.
But I bet you asked. I bet you said, "Well, what would it be like
100%
if I
you did.
could have got a job there? What's it like working there?"
Guys,
It doesn't.
I
Yeah,
think
you hate to do it, but we do it. We all do it.
Exactly.
Whether you like, we're all human, man. We are all.
That's the thing that we
Talking
forget
about this
about
makes Dan
these
fart real bad.
athletes. You know, coaches are athletes too, in a way, right? And well, Dinwiddie and Michael say literally were athletes before they were coaches, right? And we're all human. You know, we're all people.
We just got to get rid of this notion that it doesn't happen and act all surprised, like,
It's literally happening. It happened in the NHL.
Happens
It's
every
happening
day.
in CFL. And of course, you
happens
got
in
to go back.
It literally happens in every job, every day, every minute of the day, somewhere on this planet.
For sure. I mean, I'm sure even having people comparing Tim Hortons to Country Style, having people comparing Canadian Tire or Walmart, right?
Country Style was way better than Tim Hortons.
It's all. I know. It's a coffee, but I mean,
it's true,
right? I mean, the other thing too is, as much as I hate to say this is a whole other can of worms. Since all of this tampering,
can you imagine if someone actually handed Dan a can of worms? By the way,
all of this, yeah, I'd be like, "Whoa, I don't want that."
No, Dan,
all this tampering is happening.
Dan,
we just live right after
Dan. Dan,
here's you with the worms.
Yeah, I know. Literally, I would not like that. But all of this tampering happened a week after the FBI went after the NBA. Okay, what does all this tampering have to do with inside gambling? Okay, if you know the sky's about to fall, are you really placing a bet on that team? I bet you're not.
Well, coaches shouldn't be betting on teams in general, bud.
But it probably happened.
No, come on, let's not wreck sports for everyone.
I'm not trying to
Look, I'm saying it, and not that I want to get into this today, but the next league they're going to investigate, I think, is going to be Major League Baseball.
With prime example, like with Jose Ohtani, you know, and the whole translator thing. I'm like, come on, bro, you speak English. I maybe don't, but you speak English, dude.
Anyways, what I kind of want to get back to, and I'm curious. Well, you guys were becoming conspiracy theorists.
No, but why?
I was thinking about who my top 5 picks are for the Argonauts' new coach.
We already been over this.
I also want to mention we're going to have some swag dropping soon. There's some mock-up art.
If that hat would fit me, I would wear it in a heartbeat.
And getting some Analyst Desk swag. Let us know what you're interested in first, hats or golf shirts. And these are just some mock-up designs we've been working on. So let me know what you would be interested in.
Honestly, well, I have to vote golf shirts because there's not a hat that can fit me in this world.
We'll make it fit.
Is it possible?
Look at his beautiful hair.
Anything is possible.
I don't have hair. A hat can fit me, no problem.
Not everything is possible.
Guys,
not everything is possible.
There's one coach that I have not mentioned yet that I'm shocked none of you guys have mentioned. And he is in my top 5 list. Before I share it with you, because I've been doing this all in the background here. Can you think of the one coach that I haven't mentioned yet that might want?
I don't know a lot of coaches, so I'm just going to say Bill Belichick with his 18-year-old girlfriend's going to come to Toronto.
What do you think, Dan?
Hey, give the guy credit. I mean, age is just a number, right? I don't know.
What do you think, Dan?
I'm trying to think here. Oh, what about Muamba?
Not who I was thinking.
Okay. Anthony Calvillo.
Anthony Calvillo is the man that I'm wondering might be willing.
What about Damon Allen?
Damon Allen's not a coach right now.
True. Oh, wow, Jacob, my mind just blew up. Do you know who could do this job too?
Who?
Andrew Harris.
No, I don't see him leaving. I don't see him going from a running back coach to a head coach. But hear me out on Anthony Calvillo. This guy is a quarterback genius.
He is.
Any quarterback he takes in Montreal, he turns him into a Grey Cup contender.
He does.
Look what he did to Cody Fajardo.
Yeah,
Look what he's doing to Davis Alexander.
Yeah.
He's a quarterback magician.
Yeah.
Was he willing to leave Montreal? That is the $1 million question.
Probably not.
But I could definitely see Toronto calling him.
Yeah.
Jordan Younger is another one who I really like. Rising star, former Argo. He's tough, detailed, defensive-minded. Maybe could fix some defense issues.
Yeah.
Chris Jones is the most experienced head coach realistically in this list.
I don't really like that pick, straight up. I mean, he was terrible at Edmonton. What makes you think he's going to be good here?
Because he had a lot of success before.
Okay, well, just because, Packard made great cars 80 years ago doesn't mean you're going to make a great car now.
But right now, my leading pick is Mike O'Shea. I think that's who I think the Argos are going to target the most, but I do think they are going to call Anthony Calvillo from Montreal if they get permission.
If they get permission.
Well, that's why I'm saying I think
in the middle of a playoff one, I don't think so.
No, Dan, that's why I don't think you're going to see a new coach being picked up in Toronto until closer to Christmas.
You just said it has to be done right away.
No, I said it needs to be done before free agency.
Okay.
And I think it needs to be done, I'd say a good 2 months before free agency.
Yeah.
Free agency's in February. Realistically, you guys might laugh. That's actually not that far away.
No, it's not. We're already beginning of November.
I don't know much about him, but this Jordan Younger guy sounds interesting.
He's a good coach.
Where is he now? Can you remind me?
He is on Earth.
I know, but
he's on Earth.
I'm trying to remember what team. I kind of think he's in Winnipeg.
Yeah, maybe. Sounds right.
Yeah, he's Winnipeg. He's currently the defensive coordinator for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah, defensive coordinator. That's who he is. Yeah.
He also did coach in Toronto in 15 and 16.
Who's his Orlando's
University of Toronto, and he also coached the Oakville Titans, which is another local football team in the GTA.
Hey, let's go.
So
who's this Orlando dude?
Orlando Steinhauer. He was the head coach for the Hamilton Tiger Cats before he was on the coaching staff. He did play and coach in Toronto previously. Other names, like I said, Mark Washington's been talked about. Noel Thorpe's been talked about. I've heard the odd person say Corey Mace. I don't see Corey Mace leaving Saskatchewan. Scott Milanovich, depending if Hamilton keeps him after this year, if they get to the Grey Cup, because I think they're a Grey Cup or bust team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And if I was going to do a top 6, my 6th pick would be Rick Campbell.
Yeah.
What about the guy from Dave Dickinson? You think he may get fired?
I don't think he's going to get fired, considering they turned that team in from the worst team in the CFL to making the playoffs and probably should have won that game.
Yeah, I agree, Jacob. Yeah.
And he's a Calgary legend, right? But that's kind of where I'm thinking right now for my top 5. And if I had to make a 6th pick, it would be Rick Campbell. Now, the big question is, I'm going to ask you guys this now, flip this around. Let's say Mike O'Shea goes to Toronto. Yeah. Okay? He is the new coach of Toronto Argonauts. We have the press conference, blah, blah, blah. Now, who does Winnipeg go and get? Did they
Andrew Harris.
Younger?
Andrew Harris.
No, Dan. Andrew Harris is not going to go from running back coach for 1 year to a head coach. It's insane.
Whatever. I think Andrew Harris would be great.
It would not work.
He's from Winnipeg. He's a legend there.
It's actually not a bad idea, but I
don't see it working. But I'm curious, though, because let's be honest, I think Winnipeg, Toronto, and Ottawa, I know Edmonton didn't make the playoffs, but I think Edmonton likes the direction they're going, right? I think they like what they've seen. Right. Toronto, Winnipeg, and Ottawa all would consider this year a failure.
100%.
Edmonton, I actually think they'd consider this year a success, a stepping stone in the right direction, which is why you're not seeing the blow up in Edmonton. So if, hypothetically, Mike O'Shea goes to Toronto, do you think, we know Dan wants Andrew Harris, do you think Jordan Younger would be promoted to head coach?
Okay, I can see that.
Do you think they're going to go look elsewhere, maybe a Mark Mueller, who's like the offensive coordinator at the Rough in Saskatchewan, and be like, hey, do you want to be a head coach instead of just an OC?
No, I like the idea of promoting a younger guy. Especially in Winnipeg. 'Cause I think Winnipeg's going to need that sort of kind of like Winnipeg's another team where I feel like they're kind of in let's just start over.
They're in rebuild mode, or retool at least.
Honestly, we build. I mean, it's the end of the dynasty.
I will say to you, I don't think the defense was necessarily their problem this year.
It wasn't, but it wasn't a
younger to
solution
be
either.
potentially their head coach is not a bad idea.
Right.
But yeah, I like the idea of Winnipeg just going a bit younger, starting over, saying we acknowledge the road the.
I just thought of something else too to add the point here. If Michael
Oh,
say,
yeah, looks like Adam might be agreeing with you a little bit, Dan. Is Harris going from running back coach to head coach insane or insane enough? Like insane enough that it might work.
That's what I'm saying. I just thought of it. I'm like,
Now the only thing is, though, let's say, because I think hypothetically, and his name is escaping me, but the Winnipeg Blue Bombers OC, I think he may be getting out, being kicked out.
Buck Pierce?
So, but no, Buck Pierce is now the head coach of the BC Lions, who's doing a phenomenal job there.
He is, yeah.
So let's say Winnipeg loses O'Shea, fires their OC, promotes Jordan Younger to head coach. This is why I say this is chaos. Then do you hire Andrew Harris to be your offensive coordinator? That's a step up I could see from running back to offensive coordinator.
I just did think of something, though. Michael Say becomes a head. I shouldn't say F. When Michael Say becomes,
I'm still saying F
of the Toronto Argos. Jerry Grant will definitely not go anywhere, because when Michael Say won those Grey Cups, and when Michael Say had all that success, and when Jerry Grant has his career years, it was with Michael Say as his coach.
That's it. All I know is there's a lot of changes coming in the CFL, and I really think Ottawa has caught everyone off guard by making the decision now.
I give Ottawa credit, to be honest. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, let's be honest. We wouldn't all be here talking if this didn't happen. We would have talked about hockey. We would have talked about something tonight. But
we might have been talking about Jordan Binghamton trying to steal a puck.
Okay, hold on now. Oh, this is going to make me mad because I don't know if I can bring up my point. Why are we so sensitive? Come on. It was a literal joke and everyone was freaking out being like, this guy should be suspended for a season. I can't believe he was stealing it. Okay, I'm going to play it. It was a joke.
Do we know for sure it was a joke?
He was laughing when he did it. He got the puck.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Took his mask off, was laughing, put it in his pants, ha ha ha, took it back out and gave it to the ref. It was a joke, and everyone because I hated it. They literally ran it on social media like Jordan Binnington stole the puck. What a horrible human being. All the news outlets. I can't believe Jordan Binnington stole the puck. He took it for a second, laughed about it, and handed it back to the ref. And then they had to literally come up on the press conference and say, okay, I wasn't really going to steal it. No, really?
Imagine if he did, though.
I hate the society we live in, man. It's the Pink Pony Club, and everyone's like,
I'm going to keep on dancing at the Pink Pony.
You can't tell a joke anymore. Because everyone gets mad when you say a joke, so jokes don't exist anymore. And everyone's like, "Oh, you heard my so dumb." I hate it.
On some bright news,
cancel culture.
Irish Sagan to score a goal today in my Tim Hortons app, and he did score a goal today. So my
Timmy's pick, I picked Sidney Crosby. He got 2 goals so far.
But I do agree with you, Lane. I think that people took that out of proportion. At first, I was like, "What the heck?" And then I saw the clip again. I'm like, "I was just joking around."
No, they literally ran it. He literally tried to steal. If you literally just read the news, it literally sounded like he was being
it did 100%
D-word about it.
Yeah, it did.
The way they made it sound was they literally made it sound like he tried to keep it.
Yeah, it did.
Adam, though, that was hilarious. Didn't help that the ref apparently had to ask for the puck back. But I don't think Binghamton was going to play a whole game with a puck up his butt.
Wow.
That's just how I feel on that.
I don't know. I just think we gotta It's Christmas. We all gotta lighten up here. We gotta start laugh. We gotta bring laughter back again. I don't know how we do that. We gotta bring jokes
We'll
back.
start Christmas celebrations until November 12th.
Let's all be happy again. Let's
Wayne, you're Captain Negative on the desk.
He's trying to change.
It's Christmas. Christmas is coming. Let's all let's
So
have a
you
good
just
laugh
don't
every
want-
once in a while. Let's have a
Fresh air.
yeah. We need some laughter around this. Life is hard, man. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Let's have some jokes again. Let's all lighten up a little bit.
Hard when you have a
That's
life.
my motivational speech, even though it's not a pre-record. That's my little. Let's all lighten up
I
a
like
little
it.
bit.
I like it.
But either way, boys, I gotta say, I don't like. It's interesting. I kind of want to. I love the conversation.
Unless it's about the Blue Jays, then absolutely boo.
But I want to get back
Until that
on. You know how I said there might be a lot of changes in Ottawa coming up, right?
Yeah, Jacob's not going to go baseball lane. We all know that.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, I mean,
only talk
Bouchette
about-
potentially re-signing in Toronto is a big deal, but until we know if it's actually done or not, I don't really care. But
What about Bieber though? Bieber was like,
that was a great
I
signing.
knew it.
Nice signing.
Very happy to see the Beeb stay in the 6.
Hey, did you see Max's wife coming out making a statement supporting the city and saying they want to stay there? It's the best experience I've had in an 18-year career. That was an amazing
I'd
statement.
keep Scherzer as a.
I would keep him too.
I would keep him as a 1 inning, like a 1 or 2 inning, like reliever.
Yeah.
Never
Like,
mind that. If I'm keeping Scherzer, I'm keeping him as a starter.
Really?
I'm keeping him as he
I
comes
like that
through
he
every second. Hear me out. Every second rotation.
Yeah.
So it goes 4-4 Scherzer, 4-4 Scherzer.
That's not a bad idea.
That sounds crazy. The Jays have 6 free agents, right? And I would keep all of them.
Well, we know there's
That
a
is
few that are
crazy.
not. They did actually say, I don't know if you caught that. They asked him. I know we were talking about there. They asked him about Jeff Hoppman, and they're like, he might be a closer. So are we getting the trumpet man?
Oh, I don't know. Wow.
Are we
I don't
getting
know
the
who the man is.
Edwin Diaz? That's the song that
Jumpin',
the song's like
jumpin',
the song's like
jumpin',
da
jumpin',
da da da.
I'd personally just
Yeah, I
keep
know
Jeff
you're
Hoffman
talking
if it
about.
was me, but
They basically said he's not going to be the closer next year. That's
I
basically
don't know.
what they
I
said.
understand he made a mistake in that playoff game, but he had a phenomenal playoff run besides of Game 7. I get it's Game 7, but still.
Okay,
I'd
Okay,
say-
but you're talking like he was Jake Gardner. He gave up 1 home run. He does like he gave up 5 of them.
they lost 6-7.
Yeah, I know. But...
Ugh.
6-7.
Well, actually, Jacob, just to let you know, I did ask my classmates what the 6-7
It
means,
means nothing.
and 20-year-olds are too old to know what that means.
No, Dan, it literally, I'm not joking. It literally doesn't mean a thing. It
That's what
doesn't.
they said too.
No, it literally doesn't.
Meaning they don't know.
No, it literally just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have a meaning. It was in a song where someone said 6-7, and then
Yeah, that's what they said.
and then some kids were just like 6-7, and that's literally it just
Yeah,
irritates
only 2
people.
numbers higher, 6-9 means something.
Well, let's not get into that on the desk. I mean,
And then even if the number is 21 means something.
21.
You
down plus
stupid.
10, 21, or 21 7, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm just very, very curious to see what happens next. I'm actually curious to see what happens next for the Jays too. If it was me, I'm actually keeping Hoffman.
Oh, they're going to keep him.
He's
but
still
I
got a
think they'll
deal,
do it.
and I think he's a good. I still think for his first year ever being a closer, I thought he did a proficient job.
I don't think
Oh,
they're
he
getting
did.
rid of him because he's not a free agent. But I don't think.
Yeah.
They could use him as like a secondary closer.
Why? They put him in the rotation. He was a starter beforehand.
No,
right?
he was a reliever.
Oh, I think.
But I mean, maybe you bring him into kind of
He was
what
always
Chris Bassett's role was for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, as I said, I would keep Chris Bassett too.
Mind you, I'd like Bassett's back and get okay. I'd like to see Bassett back in the starting rotation.
You gotta keep Varwin, whatever you do.
Oh, of course.
He was
I
phenomenal.
saw every day I wake up on Twitter and there's someone who's putting Louis Varland's warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, literally, I know.
He was a workhorse.
amazing.
He's warming up right now. I guarantee he's probably like that. Like,
100%.
I'm ready, coach. I'm ready.
Even Haifa Karatha, he made a difference this playoffs in his own way, right? The only one I would kind of see maybe walk was Sir Anthony Dominguez. He had his good moments. So you would keep him too.
No, I'm like, meh.
Guys, you were one run away from winning a World Series. Just leave the team alone.
Wasn't saying I'd bring these 6 free agents back.
Don't subtract.
Don't
make the mistake they made in 2016.
Bring them back. Bring them back.
And for any of our younger viewers who don't remember the 2016 run that well, they had a good run and then they blew up the team and they were double dog poop until basically now.
Yeah, they got rid of Batista, they got rid of Donaldson, they got rid of Tulowitzki, they got rid of Kevin Pillar, they got rid of David Price, and yeah, they let the whole team go basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's going to be an interesting off season in baseball. I don't know, too, if you guys saw on the Kelsey Brothers podcast, like Jason Kelsey basically just ripped the MLB a new butthole.
Yeah,
and they're like, it's who cared about this World Series? It was Canada versus a team that just buys World Series rings. Who cares?
Yeah, basically what it was.
I didn't love it. I didn't love his take, but
he's white. I mean,
the weird thing is, the NFL literally, it's not as egregious, but the NFL was literally.
He's talking to Travis Kelce. He's talking to his brother, who just basically the Chiefs just pay off the refs.
Or at least they're pretty bad with paying up, like buying a lot of talent.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
But
on my feet.
Back a little bit here to the Ottawa Redblacks. I did want to mention this before we log off, but Dan, laugh all you want. But when I say there's a lot of changes coming in Ottawa, these are the Ottawa Redblacks pending, like their top pending free agents, in my opinion.
So are you doing the Ottawa postmortem show now?
No, Dan, we're still going to do these full shows. I'm just talking about it here because we're talking about changes. Relax, bud. Okay. So we still have
Dan Adebayoye.
We still have Anababoye, Stanback, Addison, Hardy, Ruby, Santos Knox, Dedman, and Pickett. These are just my top pending free agents in Ottawa. That's
a big list.
These are basically Addison and Hardy are your two best receivers. Santos Knox and Pickett are your two leaders on defense. Yeah. Devontae Dedman has been one of the best kick returners in the CFL for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I really think between these three franchises, major changes are coming. Adam is saying, I say you release everyone and let everyone go on a big family vacation and live happily ever after. That's what Adam wants happening, I believe, to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, it sounds like that Christmas Van Pool Anthony Vacation, whatever it's called, that movie, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dan, but that's okay.
The Christmas movie. We go on a trip.
And a little rocket ship.
Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Little Einsteins.
But do you guys see why I'm saying I think this is the time where Ottawa maybe completely blows up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
especially if Brian Dinwiddie is going to be in there being
Dustin Crum, Matthew Schultz, and Trey Adams are also all free agents. The only quarterback you have signed is Drew Brown.
What? So I got a good question while we got this list up here. Do you think we're gonna get do you think because Ottawa's got their guy now, you think he's gonna make a decision really fast, really quickly on a lot of these guys?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I think you're gonna have to wait until after the season's done.
Not necessarily.
But I think there's gonna be a lot of conversations now. I think Ottawa will be the quickest to make moves.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because if you're Ryan Dinwiddie, you get to contrary to what Dan was saying, you kind of want to get your guys in there. So if he's like, well, I want this guy, I want Adam Boye because I liked him in Toronto, so we're keeping him. I like this guy, I like this guy. Do you think he might pick some guys?
I think Dinwiddie stay. I think Dinwiddie there. I think Anababoye and Pickett will both be in this roster.
That's what I'm saying. You think he'll pick former Argo guys that he already kind of knows to help him shape.
And he's not on this list, but same with Robert Priester. He's also another upcoming free agent, former Argo, part of that great Cup team 2 years ago.
Yep.
So you think he'll keep guys like you think he's going to kind of stick with guys like that to kind of help him shape this run?
Now the other big question
Agree.
is, and I'm going to really upset Argo fans here. Does Winton McManus go to Ottawa?
Ooh.
Like that's the thing. It'll be interesting to see with some of these guys. Is their allegiance with pinball or is it with Dimwitty?
Wow.
Is my screen frozen or?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I want to make sure. My computer's really old, so sometimes I don't know.
No worries, good sir. But all I'm getting at is I just think that we're going to see, and don't worry, people, for saying, this is kind of a half-assed way of doing the Redblacks and Blue Bombers post-mortem shows. We're still going to do full recaps on them. It's just, we had to talk about this when all this happened with Ryan Dimwitty.
Oh, for sure. I was shocked.
I
I was.
Honestly, I really did not see this coming. I really thought Toronto was going to... I honestly thought
second Ryan Dimwitty.
I really thought the Argos were going to stay the course. I'm not surprised that Ottawa is making drastic moves. I'm surprised at the drastic move they made. But I think now you are going to see both Toronto and potentially Winnipeg being forced their hand to make major moves.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll be very curious to see which head coach goes where and how all these other things take place.
Well, I'm coaching the Toronto Argonauts next year.
I'm applying for the job. I'm going to call it pinball. Be like, hey, my seats are near your booth, so I know you're a good dude.
I'm going to apply to be an Argo cheerleader.
I am the self-proclaimed sports analyst.
I'll apply and then get thrown in the Hamilton jail for applying.
Yeah.
But guys, at the end of the day, I think it's good. I think it's a very, very interesting time to be a football fan in the CFL because we got the playoffs that are in high gear, and we have
Nathan Rourke shirt.
Dan may need that Nathan Rourke shirt, absolutely.
I'll help him pay for the shipping, but he's got to pay for the shirt. I'll go halvesies. He's got to wear it on this. I want to see it on the show. I want to see that Nathan Rourke shirt. Let's go. If he loses this week, I will never forgive him. He doesn't win the Greg. I don't care.
Where's their clipboard?
I don't even care if it's Hamilton and BC. I will cheer. I will be cheering for BC. I need to see Dan wear the shirt. Okay.
Out.
Look, it's going to be very interesting what comes forward the next few days. There's so much going on in sports. We also saw the Hockey Canada jerseys have been released with some mixed reviews.
Very cool. I like them.
You like them, Dan. That's them on your screen right here.
I love the black and red with the white flake in it. I think it's
I'm surprised, Dan, you actually like the jerseys. Lane and I both said we didn't think you'd be a fan.
Yeah.
I like them. Huh?
Well, a lot of people are upset about something about we
won't get into the political reasons, but
there are people that are like saying this L's.
So would you guys say these uniforms are gas or are they ass?
I'll say in the middle.
Gas.
I really like
the white ones are fire.
I love the white ones. I think
I like the red one. I'm going to buy a red one of John Tavares.
Interesting.
John Tavares is not going to make the team, Dan.
Yeah, no, he probably won't.
He can't be up past his bedtime.
Well, okay, custom one. Oh, just kidding.
But I think it's time we sign off for the night, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. And let us know your thoughts. Well, I'm sure we'll cut some shorts out of this. That'll go up on social media. And remember, we will be around on Saturday to preview some great playoff games.
We'll be at the game.
Dan and I will be at the Hamilton Ticats game on Saturday. So should be a good one.
Congrats to Ovi on 900 goals.
Ovechkin got 900 goals. Crosby is still kicking his butt because that's what Sidney Crosby does.
Yeah, Crosby beat Washington tonight 5-3. New Jersey beat Montreal 4-3. Boston beat Ottawa 3-2. Hurricane in Minnesota. Hurricanes won 4-3. St. Louis beat Buffalo 3-0. Wow. Vegas scored nicest 1-0 against Tampa. Panthers are 1-0 against the Kings. Ducks beat the Stars 6-4 in the third. Wow. And Philly beating Nashville in the third 2-1. So some interesting hockey games. And NFL tonight. What? There's an NFL game right now. Oh, great, exciting game. I'm so upset we're missing it. In the third quarter, with 3 minutes left, it's a grand total score tied. Are you with it, Jacob? Do you hear?
I'm going to guess 6-6.
What do you think, Lane? What's the score?
I already saw, but Jacob's pretty
7-7.
Well, he's got a touchdown then, so that's
He's
good.
got a touchdown. Good for him.
Also, quick, remember too that the headlines will be coming out on Friday around noon, which I'll talk about what's going on in the CFL, NHL, NFL, days, and more. As a quick other side note, there's over 30,000 tickets have now been sold for the Western Final in Saskatchewan. I'm a little surprised that's not sold out yet. Hamilton's getting very close to a sellout as well for the Eastern Final. So we're going to see some great
football. It is a sell as far as I know.
It should be a great, great time. But speaking of time, it is time that we sign off for the night. Thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. I'm the self-proclaimed sports analyst, joined by Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
And the one and only Lane Dashing Dashko. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for the headlines. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye-bye.